listen to the podcast. Just search for Hancock and Kelley.
President Biden said it time and again. His staff repeated it time and again. He would not pardon his son Hunter for alleged federal crimes.
And I will not pardon him.
Our answer stands, which is no.
The answer was no. But that turned out not to be true. President Biden has announced an 11-year pardon of his son Hunter from federal crimes. Hunter Biden was to be sentenced Thursday and then also a week from Monday for federal tax and gun offenses. The pardon also covers any federal crimes he may have committed dating to January 1st, 2014, which covers the time he served on the board of Ukrainian gas company Burisma, and also covers his alleged dealings linked to communist China that brought millions into the Biden family in the U.S. Michael, earlier this year, Democrats were calling Joe Biden one of the greatest presidents ever. What about now? Does that change?
Well, I don't think his record of achievement changes at all. And when it comes to working people's issues, his record from a Democratic perspective is going to be hard to match. Having said that, the president lied to us. I don't have a son, but I probably would have done the same thing. And I do believe in my heart that the Republicans would continue to go after Hunter Biden. I hope this puts it behind for him, but it's not a good look for the president as he walks out. But I don't think this is a license for Donald Trump to justify, going out and pardoning all the January 6 folks, et cetera. This seems to be politically directed solely at his son.
Is this a huge, everlasting stain for Joe Biden, or is this just a dad stepping up for his son?
He lied to the American people. After spending a year telling people that Donald Trump is a liar and you can't trust him, he says he's not going to pardon his son. And then he goes and pardons him. He lied to the American people. Yes, it's a stain on his presidency. And no, he's not going to go down as one of our greatest presidents in history. He's a one-term president who couldn't even get to the finish line to run for re-election. He's not one of our greatest presidents.
President-elect Trump is the guest of French President Emmanuel Macron for the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral this weekend. Macron gave the president-elect a cordial welcome. First Lady Jill Biden also went to Paris, representing her husband. Mr. Trump and Mrs. Biden exchanged pleasantries after being seated for the rededication ceremony pretty close to each other. There's one seat in between them, and eventually French First Lady Brigitte Macron took the open seat, sort of separating President-elect Trump and First Lady Jill Biden. The cathedral was heavily damaged by fire in 2019. Michael, Democrats predicted a chilly reception on the world stage for Donald Trump if he was reelected. That doesn't seem to be happening. Macron, Justin Trudeau in Canada. People seem to be rather warmly courting his favor, do they not?
It's for his first time back to the party where he's going to be the president-elect. I think that chilliness is going to come as Donald Trump starts to impose some of this foolish policies of tariffs and whatever he's going to do with NATO and Ukraine, that he's going to feel that reception. But at the end of the day, a guest of the party is a guest of the party, and he got slapped on the back and apparently got his hand held really hard between he and Macron. We're going to have to get used to looking at Donald Trump all the time again.
43, well, it's never stopped even when he wasn't president, right? 43 days to go until his inauguration. What do you think about how it's gone so far?
Fine.
Including the Paris trip.
Yeah, no, fine. But I got to tell you, Andy, I love the way you said Macron. It's like sitting next to Alex Trebek over here. That was very impressive. I think Trump's doing fine. I question a couple, three of his cabinet choices. But, so far, so good. Maybe
I should just say Macron.
Macron. I know, Macron, that was good.
It sounds like a cookie.
Right. A macaroon?
Yeah.
Still to come on Hancock and Kelley, St. Louis's tourism chief was out. Now she's back in, sort of. And our quote of the week is from a state senator from West County. His proposal to pay bounties to Missourians for tracking down the undocumented.